Welcome to Conversations Live, where we bring you the best in music, books, entertainment, and more. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 16 years of broadcasting, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience and those tuning in online. We're glad you all could be with us as well. I'm always trying to encourage you all, no matter where you might be able to live in the country or the world, to use your voice for good. Our next guest is literally doing that, and the world is taking notice. We're excited to welcome Devin Marie to our program. I want to talk to Devin not only about her own love of music, but what it's been like for her to share important messages along the way. Her single that's getting a lot of attention right now is called I Can't Breathe. We'll let you guys know how you can get the single for our radio audience. You guys will hear it at the end of our segment. But we also will talk to you guys a little bit about how Devin's been able to use her voice and how you can do the same thing. Devin, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me, Cyrus.
Hey, the pleasure's definitely all mine. So a lot's been going on with you since the release of this single, I Can't Breathe. Let's just talk about that. Have you had a moment to kind of breathe and kind of take in all the great things that are happening with you right now?
I honestly have not. It has all been happening so fast, and I anticipated truly none of it. When I wrote the song, I was just writing it to help myself deal with my own emotions at the time after hearing about George Floyd. So I Can't Breathe was really just me dealing with myself. And after I had played it for myself, after I had finished writing it, the words hit me almost as if I didn't write it. And I was like, wow, I should probably post this on Instagram because I know other people are hurting right now. And so I just shared it on my music Instagram, which is linked to my Facebook page as well. And I just went back on later on that night, and it took off. And I was so overwhelmed. I had absolutely no idea. And ever since, it has just been going and going. And I have people reaching out to me from different countries. And I had a lady from Ireland reach out to me telling me she's sharing it with her class and stuff like that. It has been absolutely surreal, but humbling, and I'm just happy to know that I'm helping facilitate conversations that need to be.
You are, Devin, and you know, this goes to, you know, I'm a guy raised in the South, and one of the things I've always been told, and I really have come to believe, is that your gifts make room for you. I think you're a great example of that. You were trying to make sense of what was happening, and music was that outlet. When did you realize that for yourself, Devin, that music kind of was that place for you, where you were able to find some relief and also feel safe?
So I grew up in a super musical family. My dad's a singer-songwriter, and so is my brother. And my dad, actually, he grew up in Alabama, and he moved to New York to pursue his music career. So I've grown up around music my entire life, and he was in a wedding band for most of my life. So at 8 days old, I was at my first showcase, and so I've always been surrounded by it. And growing up, my brother and I used to put on Phil Collins DVDs and Earth, Wind & Fire DVDs and reenact. So it's been for my entire life, it's been just my way of doing things. It's been just the only way I've really known how to handle things is just turning to music. But I didn't really start singing until I joined the band Pursuing JC about 4 or 5 years ago. I used to not sing in public. I used to get so scared, and I would, to the extent that I would have to text my parents to text me when they were on their way home, so I would stop singing so they didn't hear me. So it has definitely been a journey to find my voice, but now it's all that I want to do, now realizing how I'm able to impact people with it.
Let's talk about the impact, because you kind of told us a story of what happened on May 28th. You making the post on Instagram, and I'm not stalking you, Devin, but of course I had to go as I was prepping for this segment. And, you know, and I saw, and basically what you wrote was this: I Can't Breathe. I wrote this song last night and just wanted to share a stripped version because it's our reality. The words are too true, and we need to speak up. Please listen. Now, almost 38,000 views later, as we're having this conversation, one of the comments that basically says so much is, your voice is absolutely amazing. The song is beautiful. What is that like for you to have people, Devin, who don't know you, who are discovering your gift and are able to appreciate the gift that you have?
It is absolutely unreal. especially just because I am super critical of myself as a musician and as a singer. And so to hear so many people reacting so positively to it has just been really amazing. And even like after it got shared to Facebook wound up getting like 800,000 views, and I like never thought that many people would ever hear me. Right. And so to have that many people responding so positively is just overwhelming. And I have to just remind myself that it is, to listen and to be grateful. So I've just been processing everything for the last couple of weeks. It's just a very good, overwhelming feeling.
Right. Right. You mentioned something else. I recently had a conversation, in fact, for our radio audience, Devin, I didn't tell you this, but this interview is airing right before my conversation with Brian McKnight, who's celebrating his new project. And one thing that our audience will hear Brian talk about is doing the work. You did the work, Devin. You used your gift. You wrote this song, but then you shared it. And now all of these amazing things. I mean, how does that feel to know? Because you could have very easily have written this and never shared it with any of us, and none of us would have known about it. How does that feel to know that this is happening because you did the work? You took the steps necessary to put something like this in motion.
It's truly fulfilling because being a singer-songwriter, my main goal has always been, I've always wanted to be a voice for people that felt they didn't have one or didn't know how to express, because that's what music has always been for me, is when I can't find the words, I turn to my favorite playlist and I have my songs that express every possible feeling I could be feeling.
Right.
So for me to be able to be that for other people has always been my dream. So to be able to have that becoming a reality faster than I ever imagined, and just because I really just shared my work is just beyond me. And I'm just, now all I want to do is just keep putting out my stuff now, because I have so many songs that I have just been sitting on. And so now knowing that people are wanting to hear it and are so positively receptive to it is just, it's just very emotionally, but it's really just a dream. I'm sorry, I'm not like at a loss for words. I'm still just processing.
I get it.
All of this. It's truly amazing.
Right. Well, and the amazing things continue. We're going to get into that in the Doritos commercial, right? But before we do that, I want to remind our audience, for those who are just tuning in, either on the radio side or online, you're listening to Conversations Live. I have the honor today of speaking with recording artist Devin Marie. We're talking to Devin not only about her love of music, but how she's using her voice to make a difference and also to inspire others through her words. Her single, I Can't Breathe, is available now through our friends at Amazon.com, as well as your favorite online retailer. But she also has something special she's doing. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, where she's actually being able to benefit other organizations. So let's talk about the commercial. I saw the retweet initially, and it was so funny, Devin, even before I knew a conversation like this with you was going to be possible, I saw the retweet from BET. The next day, I got the email from your publicist. It was so funny, saying that you were available to chat, and so now here we are. But okay, so what was that like to be a part of this? And I want to say, for those who have not seen the commercial, you guys need to see this, because there are some hard truths that this begins with, Devin, that people like the contributions of blacks without actually appreciating the people who are making those contributions. What was it like for you to be a part of this message?
It was absolutely incredible, and it was something I never saw coming. I was literally just sitting in my room, and they called me asking if I wanted to be a part of this project, and I jumped at it. It's just, to be able to, as a black female, use my platform to be able to use my gift and share that with people and facilitate these conversations, and then now have it brought to a worldwide platform and be recognized by BET, by What Works, and Doritos, was just absolutely incredible. And so I'm so happy to know that they also recognized where my heart was through all of this, and wanted to share that with other people.
And like I said, for our radio audience, they will be hearing this hearing the single I Can't Breathe at the end of our segment. You actually sing a bit of it even in that commercial, Devin. And again, I invite our audience to go and watch it. Now, I also mentioned not only have you given people this song, you also are making an impact through the proceeds. Talk to us about that decision and how you chose to pay it forward, Devin.
So when I put out the song, people started responding to me asking if they could Venmo me donations to support my gift and how they could help me and what I was doing with the song, if I could stream it on Spotify. And Apple Music and stuff like that. And again, because I was not anticipating doing really anything with this song, and because at the time and still now, so many organizations are in need of funding, especially organizations for the Black Lives Matter movement, I thought, why not combine those two things? And so I didn't put it on streaming sites. I just put it on websites that people could purchase it. So the proceeds I could donate to various organizations. And I also asked people to let me know what organizations they felt needed it, because truthfully, I'm really more aware of what's happening around me. I'm from New York.
Yeah.
And so as much as I try to keep up with everything, I'm not able to. And so if there's any organizations near them that they feel are really in need of funding, I would love to know that, so I can look them up and get to know them and hopefully help them as well. And then I also created I found a fundraiser on Facebook with the song, and asked people that whoever, if they didn't want to purchase the song or if they wanted to donate more than purchasing the song, I made a fundraiser for the NAACP Legal Funds and Education, the Legal and Education Fund organization, and that raised $3,200, which was absolutely incredible, and that was within a week. And so just to know that this song that just started off as my, feelings about George Floyd and just all that is happening right now, and people wanting more of it turning into me being able to give back even more is just more than I can ask for, because at the end of the day, I can't financially give as much as I would love to. Sure. But for people to want to support my music, I can now just give that straight back to the people that need it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about me. I want to be able to give back. And so the fact that people are allowing me to do that is absolutely incredible. So I'm going to continue. People today are still buying the song, and so I want to keep donating to where I can and wherever people need it. And even if it's, people that are in less, fortunate neighborhoods that need help with groceries, even if it's something little like that, I want to be able to help wherever I can.
What a great message, and what a great thing, Devin. I'm so appreciative that we had this time together to be able to talk. But when I first heard about you, I was so excited about speaking with you, because it really does show that one person can make a difference, and also how our gifts not only do make room for us, but also we never know how our gifts may be just what someone else needs. I noticed, again, one of the comments on your Instagram was that it's sad that, songs like this are necessary, but we're glad to have it, because it does express what so many people are wanting to express. So the fact that you're able to be a voice for others, Devin, is such a great thing, and I really commend you for doing that. Again, everyone, Devin Marie has been our guest. We've been talking with her about her journey that has led her to where she is now in 2020, being a part of an amazing whirlwind because of the way she's used her gift. The single is I Can't Breathe. It's available now, as I mentioned, through our friends at Amazon.com or through your favorite site. Also, of course, you guys can find the direct link on Devin's social media. So, Devin, that's a great segue. How can our audience be able to follow you?
I am on Instagram as Devin Marie Music. I'm also on Facebook as Devin Marie Music, and you can also purchase it straight from my website, which is devinmariemusic.net.
All right, just made it very easy for you guys. So again, Devin Marie Music all over the place.
All
Devin,
around.
Devin, again, I'm so happy for you. Thank you so much for taking out this time. It really means a lot, and I look forward to having you back on the program again.
Absolutely, Cyrus. Thank you so much for having me.
Glad to do it, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live.